Hey everyone. For today's topic, I want to discuss why broken people often don't want to be loved. Now, they may say that they want this, but you'll find when push comes to shove that rather often when someone is broken, they won't be really able to accept love. And there are various reasons for this that I'll jump into later in the video. But before I do, let me define what I mean by broken people real quick. Broken people are basically just someone who's been hurt recently and hasn't yet taken the time to heal from it. So if someone's going through that healing phase and they're not anywhere near being close to the end of it, they're probably going to be a bit broken. They're going to be a bit distrustful and things like that, and it can make it really difficult to have anything resembling a healthy relationship with them. So let me jump into some of the reasons why broken people don't really want to be loved. The first thing is that they can feel unworthy of it. If someone is going through that healing phase, they can quite often feel like they're not worthy of being loved. And if someone were to come along and show them love, they would be thinking, what the hell? Like, why are they giving me these emotions? Why do they care to this extent with me? Because I'm not worthy of it. I don't deserve this. I haven't worked on myself enough, or whatever it may be. They probably won't consciously list the reasons, of course, but they'll feel it on some subconscious level. They'll know, hey, I don't deserve this right now. And whether or not that's even true, if they're thinking that, it's going to be a problem. It's going to create a barrier between you and them and your ability to love them. So that's one issue. Another one is they can often distrust love. So if someone were to come along and love them, they're going to be thinking like that person may have ulterior motives, or they're going to have trust issues from their prior relationships, which could be part of the reason why they're currently broken, and so on and so forth. So they can be in a place where even when genuine love is presented to them, they aren't able to fully trust it. They believe that there's something else going on, or that it isn't going to last forever, and it basically hurts their ability to connect to that person who'd be willing to love them. Another thing is they can be afraid of getting hurt again. This one's rather obvious, right? This happens to a lot of people. So even if someone comes along and presents that genuine love to them, they could be so afraid of getting hurt that they're going to reject that opportunity entirely. And they aren't even going to be thinking in terms of how rare it is to find someone who will genuinely love you. They won't even be thinking about that at all. They'll be in that self-preservation mode where they're thinking, the last time I got hurt sucked so much, I don't want to go through that again. And it makes sense, right? It's like quite often our egos can control our decision making like that, because objectively this would be the wrong thing to do, to shove away or spurn love, because it's such a rare thing to encounter. But when someone is in that state where their ego is in self-preservation mode, they're not going to be thinking that way. They're not going to be thinking logically. Their emotions are going to be guiding them, which means they're not going to want to get hurt again. No matter how great that opportunity is, they're going to kick it away, and later on maybe they'll regret it. But in the here and now, they're not going to care. So that's another issue that can make someone who's broken be a bit, how do I put it? Be a bit afraid of being loved, or at least make them want to push it away. And then the last thing that I've written down, which this is by no means like the last reason. There are still plenty of others. I just wanted to discuss these ones in this video. But the last one that I wrote down is they can view it as weakness. They can view someone wanting to love them as a weakness. It kind of ties in with the last one where, it creates that opportunity, that potential for them to get hurt again. But maybe they could even view it as something that presents a weakness in them, like a chink in their armor, because right now they're trying to heal. They're trying to be strong. Whether or not it's working, that's what their goal is. So they could view someone coming along and trying to love them as presenting a weakness in their pursuit of that goal. So they may not even want to relate to that person who's trying to love them at all. So summing up these terms, and just or these reasons why someone can be afraid of love if they're broken, it can kind of show why this is such a common thing that broken people will do. Like, I'm sure many of you, well, hopefully not, but I imagine a decent amount of us have actually experienced this. I know I've experienced this, where A woman came into my life who was recently divorced, and she was not in good headspace at all. And I should have, well, I did know it was a red flag. I did. I just decided I liked her enough, and we had a history that I decided to try anyway. And sure enough, it didn't end well. And since she was in that broken place, she was not ready for someone to show her that genuine care and affection. And it makes sense, right? It's just really unfortunate how when people are in that broken state, they're thinking so emotionally that they could meet like a potential soulmate of theirs, and they're not going to want that person. Like, it's actually really sad to think about. I often wonder about that, like how many people have actually already encountered a potential soulmate for themselves, but if it's the wrong timing, like if they're healing in that moment, they meet that potential soulmate, they could spurn them and just shove them away. And then later on, maybe they'll at some point realize what a huge mistake that was, but who knows? Like, quite often the ego is really good at protecting itself and coming up with all sorts of excuses to justify its horrible decision making at times. So yeah, people will often be like, oh, maybe they weren't all that great, like I wasn't in a good headspace, but they had their flaws. It's like, really? If they were a potential soulmate of yours, I don't know, how perfect do you need someone to be? But yeah, I just wanted to discuss this because it's a really fascinating topic. But I hope you enjoyed the video. Apologies for my voice. I'm still sick, still recovering. So who knows, maybe it sounds better than usual. I often hear that like women are actually more attracted to men when they're sick because their voice becomes a few octaves deeper. I can only imagine how deep mine becomes because I've already been told that it's deep on its own. But yeah, but anyway, I really hope you enjoyed this video, and if you like content like this, be sure to subscribe for more. Otherwise, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, and if you enjoyed the video, feel free to leave a like, and I will see you guys in the next one. Arrivederci!